Tokyo, London, New York. In every corner of the world, every single day, people are trafficked around like merchandise, forced into things like sexual slavery. Nowhere and no one is immune, including here in the United Arab Emirates, where a handful of cases are reported every year. They are taking big steps to eradicate the crime and punish anybody involved. But of course, helping victims is just as important. CNN's Mohammed Leela went to hear the story of one victim here in Abu Dhabi who escaped to a shelter run by the government.
मुझे कुछ नहीं पता था, बस मुझे इतना फील हो रहा था कि कोई मुझे टच कर रहा है, मेरे कपड़े रिमूव हो रहे हैं बॉडी से, एवरीथिंग, ये सब कुछ समझ आ रहा था, लेकिन ये समझ नहीं आ रहा था, मैं कुछ कर नहीं पा रही थी.
She is bravely sharing her story, asking us only to hide her identity. We'll call her Rishma. She was just 20 years old when she came to Dubai thinking she'd be working in a beauty parlor. Instead, the people that brought her here took her passport, drugged her, and trafficked her for sex.
वो हर रोज दिन में 22 जो है आदमी आते थे, वो ये सब करके जाते थे. बाहर वो उसने कोई बंदा रखा हुआ था, वो खड़ा होता था, बाहर से वो लॉक लगा देती थी. उसने मुझे कहा था कि यहाँ पे तुम्हें यही करना पड़ेगा.
After 2 months of being raped, she pretended to be sick. When her captors took her to the hospital, she ran barefoot to the nearest police station. In recent years, police have been cracking down on trafficking, with officers getting specific training on how to identify and help victims like Rishma. They told her she was safe, and they brought her here to the Ewa'a Shelter for victims of human trafficking.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Thank you for allowing us to come to your shelter.
You're most welcome.
From the outside, it looks like an ordinary house, but on the inside, it's this incredible safe haven, a place where victims get a chance to just feel normal again, with daily chores, art classes, and bunk beds, all to make it feel just like home, with social workers and psychologists to help them recover.
People don't necessarily associate trafficking with a country like this.
Actually, trafficking is associated with every single place in the world, not only advanced countries or poor countries or disaster countries. It's associated with all countries.
The first Ewa'a shelter opened its doors nearly 10 years ago with a federal mandate to rescue and rehabilitate victims, giving many something they thought they'd never get, a second chance at life.
वो सब ऐसे ही समझती हैं जैसे कि हमारी डॉटर्स, हमारी बेटियां हैं, ऐसे कुछ नहीं है, कभी उन्होंने हमें डांटा नहीं है.
There's even a room specifically for children, the youngest trafficking victims, with stuffed animals, toys, and cartoons. For Rishma, this hits hard and close to home. Rishma is pregnant. It happened when she was being held captive. Now that she's free, she's going back to her home country to deliver the baby. But like so many victims, she leaves with a sense of guilt.
Who do you blame for all of this?
I think myself. मैं खुद आई थी, वो तो बस ना आती, मेरे बाबा ने मना भी किया था. अगर मैं उनकी मान लेती तो ये सब कुछ नहीं होता.
How can you console someone who didn't do anything wrong but still blames herself?
I want to tell you this. We cover stories of trafficking as part of this series for CNN. This is not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. You did everything right. You should never feel as though this was something that you yourself caused. These were bad people that did this to you.
It'll take months, maybe years, for Rishma to fully recover. She says she prayed to God every night to set her free. And now, thanks to the support she's gotten, her prayers have been answered.
Well, Mohammed's with me now in Abu Dhabi. I know that, Mohammed, you've got an update on this report just today.
Yeah, and it's an update that I'm glad we can report here on the show, based here in Abu Dhabi. You saw at the end there this victim, this courageous victim who was speaking out, talked about wanting to go home. Well, I can now report that she is safely at home. That's where she wanted to be. That's where she wanted to deliver this child that she plans to keep, by the way. So she did, in the end, get what she wanted. She went through this horrific ordeal, got tremendous support while she was here, and now she's one step closer to getting on with her life.
You just got back to the office after a very, very long flight, and on your way, when you landed, tell us what you saw at the airport.
Well, this is a good question because, you know, trafficking often starts at airports. It's where people sort of are smuggled in or people lie and get fake documents. There's a sign up in the passport, up in the airport that you would see that talks about trafficking and signs for trafficking. And I even took a picture just to Instagram it to show people, you know, it's actually a progressive move. And people at airports, the airport agents, police at the airports, and even the customs and immigration officials, they get specific training on signs to look for when someone might be trafficked. It's actually quite progressive for the Middle East because so many people pass through this part of the world every single day. And for them to have those tools, it's another sort of thing in their arsenal that can help them put an end to this trafficking that, like you said, happens not just here, but everywhere in the world.
All right, Mohammed, thank you for that. Mohammed Leela is in the house. The CNN Freedom Project is teaming up with young people around the world for a unique student-led day of action against modern-day slavery, with the launch of My Freedom Day on March the 14th. Driving My Freedom Day is a simple question. What does freedom mean to you?
I come from Kenya. Freedom to me means going to school. What about you?
I think for me, freedom is the ability to be yourself everywhere.
Do you know that 14th March is my Freedom Day? All kids need freedom to grow big and strong.
Ponderosa High School loves My Freedom Day.